Hello, Narnach here. Welcome back to Grim Dawn. We're playing in the Ashes of Malmouth expansion as a Necromancer. Today we're gonna wrap up a couple of the quests that we forgot in the swampy parts of Act 1. And then pick up a devotion shrine over here and then probably just do some quests in Burbage Village. No, just preparing the... doing the last quests, so to say, before we can head towards the Warden. First up is gonna be Milton Hart. Turns out he is gonna be here in Whitemire, across this little lake that is opposite of us, and there's 3 different houses here, and he can be in one of those places. So we'll take a little bit of a look there. Oh look, there's enemies here that wanna die. Well, I will allow them. So they're only level 11, so that means I'm already out-leveled the area. And look at that, Milton. Yeah, you did not really last all that long. Ooh, the new items that we equipped at the end of last episode are doing their thing, and we now have one of these hounds kicking in. The Reckless Guardian Hound. 5% chance when we attack. Well, we do attack quite a bit. And then it will live for 22 seconds with a 45 recharge. So that's going to be another bonus pet. In terms of gear changes in between episodes, I found a level 15 sword with some fumbling chances and things like that, but I found this one in my stash, so I actually swapped them around because this one had better damage and we could equip it right away. This one is pure physical damage, which is convenient. I crafted a hollowed fang that we inserted into it, convert some of the physical damage to vitality, vitality of course being our jam, and we have some attack damage converted to health as well as some vitality decay and a percentage bonus to vitality and decay damage. And we got ourselves a blood drinker, bit of a panic button, 25% chance of extra bleeding damage and 20% of attack damage converted to health. I probably should put that one up here. Anything else? We equipped this one. Oh, I tried crafting some random pants. This one rolled out. A little bit of elemental resistances and some energy regen and better armor than what we had before. So, definitely useful. Okay, so 1 down. A couple more to go. So, next up is going to be Mr. Negan, who resides near the Foggy Bank waypoint. I misclicked, didn't I? I said Foggy Bank waypoint. Yeah, there we are. A couple episodes ago I mentioned there was a waypoint where we had to head to the bottom right to find a boss. Well, that was this one. It's the only one where I didn't try it. And there we have Mr. Negan, but there's a lovely little crystal cluster. And I do like me some crystal clusters. Let's see if we can do some vampiric stuff here. Drain a little life. Whee! Look at him fly. Wonderful. Okay, so that is yet another one taken care of. That's another quest to cross off of the list. And then Foggy Bank is across the road. And that is where we have to find Mr. Luther Graves, who is the owner of this fine wagon that got mugged or robbed or whatever by treacherous Naga. So he's going to be in one of the camps that kind of correspond with the corners, and of course it's going to be the first one we run into because our luck runs that way today. We have Igrix, the Rhymeheart. Probably normally supposed to be higher level than me. In this case, he's actually a level lower. It just makes it easier to deal with. Riding Blood. Level 15 grants us access to a lot more craftable components. Let's see, I'll just send you back to town. Wonderful. So that is 3 quests done in the span of 5 minutes. So, next up, let's hunt for a waypoint. Because, yeah, Burwit's outskirts over here. There is a waypoint nearby that I completely forgot about. See that black splotch on the map? That is where the waypoint is. Or not a waypoint, devotion shrine. Words, difficult. And there should be a cave nearby, a burial cave. That ought to be where we have to go. And I did see an entrance here. And that is one of 2 entrances. Also, it is our luck today. Lots of crystals here. I do like me some crystals. Because turns out for most crafting you need crystals, so I blew through most of them. And also a lot of the devotion shrines early on, they require 1 or more crystals as input. So having a bit of a stash of crystals, useful. Though once I get access to the Warden's underground lab, that is gonna be a good point, because you can make runs there and just get yourself like 5 through 8 or so crystals per run. And they're pretty efficient. Ruin Shrine. Look at that. We need 2 crystals for that one. Okay, and I think we gained a level. Let's deal with that one first. So let's put a point in here. And another one. And let's see, we've been pushing some points into this. Then let's on the Shami side put another point into the Devouring Swarm, just so it keeps pace. Confirm them, yep, then spend our point, and ooh, we're almost there. 1 more point, and then we can get the Shepherd's Call to boost our minions with some damage. And then also it can start leveling up. That's 60% to damage. I think eventually it scales up to around 250% or so. So that's a pretty nice number. And we gained some life. Marvelous. Let's see, this one is green. Green is good. We currently have 25 resists. The new one also has 25, but it contains a little bit of pierce resists, which we don't have right now. And we are pretty high up on lightning, so dropping a little bit in that is not a big deal. Wonderful. Okay, that is yet another thing crossed off of the list. That's one of the nice approaches that I try to take. Just go through an area, do the things I remember, and then once I'm at the end of the area, just double check the wiki or just Google it to see whatever comes up and use that to fill in the blanks of some of the important quests that you missed. So, Hammond, I felt vindicated. Righteous. He really likes to hear that. We get some scrap from him. Wonderful. Next up, we have killed the goblins. Gruesome and bloody. Let's not mention that we had to make some tactical retreats. Yeah, I think that's what we should call them. Tactical retreats. We weren't running away scared. We were making tactical retreats. Not an upgrade. Not an upgrade. It is possible to get yellow weapons that upgrade over a blue one. It is possible, so keep that in mind. But at some point you can start ignoring them more and more. These are some shields, some boots. It's the gear that is not terribly great. That's where you might find some easy upgrades. 25 resist. This is the old one. Wonderful. Some crystals. Buy the scrap, because scrap is character bound. Luther Graves is happy, so that's some reputation, and we're now friendly. Wonderful. That gets us a little bit of a discount when shopping. And we get a quest. We get access to the faction of vendor. And we can buy scrap from you. And we're not rich enough to buy this gold band. Just usually useful to just have a quick scan, see if there's any green items for sale. And in this case, maybe some caster items. Well, we've got a bit of an odd mix of skills here.
Come see what's left of my wares.
Oh yeah, this is indeed a faction vendor thing.
Put it to good use.
Not useful. Sybil Heart, yeah, you're happy. Well, you're relieved. Let's not call it happy. Your brother is dead after all. Or undead. No, he's dead. We killed the zombie. Sister's Amulet of Life Giving. Some health, some regen, but we already have a fairly decent amulet. So this one is gonna get sold for some sweet cash. 40 whole iron bits. I feel rich now. Okay, and that is barely 10 minutes into the episode. Going a lot quicker than I had expected, which is a good thing. Because now we can move on with the program. So there's a devotion shrine across the lake here. There is the apprentice that we have to find. And there is a small foray into the harbor. So let's start with the harbor. Basically just keep veering left. Oh, we did lose some skeletons along the way. Anything in the house? Nothing in the house. Oh, there's a cellar door. It's not one I take all that often. Is this connected to where we already were? Yeah, but it is on the other side. Worth checking out. Even if it's just for the ether cluster over here. Give me the crystals. Yes, pretty please. Was there anything here? Okay. Just some beasties. For the rest I can't discern anything that is like a secret area or something else that's useful. Okay. Just a little bit of a flavor here. Still, we keep heading west. Or instant detour into the house here. Where is your door? There's your door. That bit of level design there. I came from the wrong side and it was very annoying to get in here. Right, so we did well. They are pretty dead. So I suspect those skulls popping up over their heads, it is related to the, what was it called again? The Spectral Wrath upgrade for Spectral Binding. Probably because they were ranged attackers or something like that. Does this have an AoE component to it? Yeah, 2 meter radius. So it's probably if a ranged attacker strikes me, then there is the counterattack with an AoE and therefore whole packs of monsters can get touched. What makes sense as an explanation. Let's pay a little bit more attention to the actual fights and mechanics to see if that is truly the case. Okay, this is all Meliers. Oh, actually, there's some spike rats in the back. And they did get the skull over the face. Another cave entrance. Oh, jackpots. Lots of things to go. I did notice that some of the monster infrequent, as some of the green items with special properties are called. Oh wow, level 19. 18, 19. Oh, this is nice. Challenge level. But some of the monster infrequents that drop from specific monsters, they have been updated to have some of the skill modifying effects to them. One of the zombie legs that we got from one of the hulking zombie titan things. Hey, Grundlepinch. We already found you earlier. Well, that one had a +2 to the soldier's ground slam attack, force push, something like that. Force wave, that was it. +2 to force wave, but which I think was normal, that's what it already had. But the one that drops also reduced the cooldown on the skill, and I think it added 1 or 2 meters to the range of the skill. So that definitely changes things. So skills that, or items that boost skills, could be that there are now variations of them that are even better than before because they actively change or boost the skill itself rather than only the skill level. So I'm pleased to see that those effects are starting to pop up already this early in the game rather than being reserved only for the mythical, legendary, super rare endgame items. Just to double check, is there not a treasure or something that we completely overlooked? That would be poor form, right? If we just walk by a treasure chest. This is not it. Okay. Could be that we already cleared it. Because it is the second of these layers that we have cleared out. We gain the level. Let's do that first. So 1, 2, next tier. Siphon Souls. This looks like a survival skill. In a 4 meter radius we do a boatload of vitality damage. And I think the numbers here, they do already account for all the bonuses that we add to vitality damage just to make the tooltips easier to read. But still, that's a decent chunk of damage. And we leech 15% of the damage as health. And then for the duration of the skill, so that's 3 seconds, our health regen is reduced by 30%. So that is an interesting twist. We leech, but we don't regen during the duration. And this adds even more things on top. And here we get vitality to ether damage conversion if we're playing a different kind of build. We got an upgrade here for our zombie. Rotting fumes. Stench emanating from the Blight Fiend becomes impossible to withstand, with the very air around the creature inducing vomiting and blurring visions. Now, this is the kind of upgrade that's nice. Not if you're an enemy, but definitely it is useful for us. 2.5 meter radius. There's poison damage over 2 seconds, so that is always nice. Generates additional threat, so it will get the aggro instead of the skeletons. Reduce target's defensive ability, give them a chance to fumble their attacks, and they get impaired aim. So all in all, very good defensive options. Down here we have Call of the Grave, which is effectively a boost to our pet damage for a short duration, also for a health regen, so opening up boss fights with this might be pretty nice. 24-second recharge, 10-second duration, so Oh, we can keep it up about 40% of the time, but with the items like these reducing cooldown, 50-50 might be doable. So let's do this one over the passive, so Call of the Grave. And we picked up a Bone Snap Gavel, +1 to Cadence, that's a soldier skill. Doesn't really do much for us. Even if we, actually base damage, base item is slightly better. Chance of internal trauma damage is less useful than the chance of just a higher damage that we have on the current one. So just keep the current one. We already got a slight investment into it. And this one has some energy absorption, but for the rest it's not doing all that much better. Hey, let's keep pushing onwards. We are heading towards the harbor here. Okay, and then we need to pick up pieces of cloth. And I believe the magic number was a 3. Okay, let's just do some scare tactics here. If they're ranged and they're running away, they can't shoot at me. It's very nice. Okay, there was a little box there with fabric, which is what we need. Got 1, need 3. So let's shop around a little bit more. Ought to be plenty of boxes. There's 2, and then that is 3. I believe the reward for this quest is a guaranteed rare body armor. So that's not quite bad. That's similar to the quests that give you a ring and an amulet. Just setting you up with some basic gear. So that the fight with the warden is going to be maybe a little bit more doable than if you are completely out geared by him. Ooh, a magic eye, but it's stun jacks and lightning tether, so I think that's demolitionist, and lightning tether sounds inquisitorial to me. So not gonna be for us. Cool. These are the ones that drop the club, which has a bonus to force wave. Or have a chance of dropping the club. That's not a guarantee, of course. They're monster infrequent after all. Let's see, 3 of the fabrics might as well just go back to town and have a little chat with the lady. And we did have a look at all the stuff we picked up already. So we can simply sell them and be done with it. Ooh, green stuff. Elemental damage, fatality damage. This boosts just about everything. Wrong kind of conversion. And elemental seal is not terribly great. Also wrong kinds of damage. Small bonus to vitality damage, no conversion. Though our base weapon is not converting right now anyway. Right. So the fabric quest is obtained from the lady over here with the children. Yep. What he needs is this enough fabric. Ta-da! Everybody has a nice roof over their heads. And we get a fortified doublet. Was it a double? Level 20. That's a little too much. Health is decent. 24 resists. It's alright. Could be worse. Now, by the time we hit level 20, I'll probably have forgotten about this. Okay, let's put this one over here. That one I need to just sort it out at some point. And then they shuffled the buttons around. I still have to get used to them.
safe with me. Promise.
Oh, now that we are level 16, we can actually do some crafting and upgrading. Let's actually
you to my forge.
have a quick look at that. So I wanted another hollow fang for my toe. So that way we get another 10% damage conversion from physical to vitality, which will again get boosted a lot more. So that's going to be a nice damage bonus. And the vitality decay on top is going to be pretty nice. So if we have a quick look here, vitality damage is nearly the same as physical now, and vitality decay is actually higher, and I believe that is the decay is over a duration over 5 seconds. Wonderful. Okay, then what's our resist? What's the lowest resist? We are quite lacking in pierce resist. And poison also can do with a little bit more. This is pierce and bleeding, but we need some more resilient plating. What's the level requirement? 15. Okay. So resilient plating, that is RS resilient. Boom, that gets us a silk swatch. Boom. Where are we going to put it in? Always useful to pick that first. This is probably the strongest I've got, so longest time until I want to upgrade it. So let's go with it. And that gets us a little bit of pierce resistance. It's for archers, spiders, things like that. Wasps. So that way just lifting all the resist. So for next up is going to be, well, Ether and Chaos, they are the most difficult ones to raise. Vitality could use a little bit, but no, Poison and Pierce could do with maybe one more each. Poison, that is the anti-venom salve, which goes in a lot of places. I do like putting it in the belts, because the armor bonus applies to all armor slots then. And there's life regen on it. I have a weak spot for life regen. So this one is nearly around 50 as well. That definitely means we want another of the silk swatches. And then just put it in a body armor for now. Silk swatch, silk swatch. Yeah, we're out of crystals. So that is not gonna be it. Oh, I keep forgetting. I still need a medal. But we can just craft any old metal with a scrap. And what did we get? It turned green, which is nice. Chaos resistance, wonderful. Offensive ability, so what's our... Wow, our to-hit rate is 97.8%, and I think Boneback Gnasher was a level 19 foe. So a decent crit chance. Defense, could probably be better, but sure. Energy regen, bit of XP bonus, and some chaos res. Oh, it's alright. That's the energy regen that rolled off of this one then. Level 16, I doubt we can actually use the relics already. Yeah, level 18 is the lowest tier. So that's gonna be good enough for now. Oh, just getting your resists in a slightly decent shape, it helps, especially once you get to this part of the game where there are gonna be more enemies that deal elemental damage. There's gonna be some bleeding, there's gonna be some poison, especially once we move further into the Burbage estates. You know, things can get interesting. Also, what I spotted over here is the Gloombold, Ugdenborg, and over here we have Malmouth. I wonder whether it is going to be possible to walk from here to there, or whether we have to actually take the old route to the Bastion of Chaos, and then afterwards that we can move over. Also, Port Fulbury is there. Never realized. Always thought it was related to the conflagration. Oh, well, that's it. I guess for now we managed to upgrade some of our gear. We crossed off a couple of quests from the list. So we are now set up to find Kasparov's apprentice next episode. And after that dive into the Warden's cellar to work on getting this act closed up. But for now, thank you very much for watching. And up to you again next time. Bye bye.